45 minutes late.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, we'll do what we can.
Right.
Obviously, we're going to have to delay the treasurer's report because that's what she's bringing with her. So, you've got the agenda in front of you, and I would suggest that we move the treasurer's report, which is under 7C, to somewhere else down the road. I'm not sure where. Maybe after old business.
So
Would it be related to fundraising
I don't even
or
see
anything
old
with new
business.
business?
Oh,
Well, no,
I
it's
said
still
it's
a
two
report
different.
though, I guess. huh?
Yep, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
a
not really.
report. So I don't know. What's your preference?
Just when she gets here, we can stick it in.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
that we're just sticking it in whenever she gets here?
Yeah.
Well, I guess whenever we finish that point of order, you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
unless you want it at the end of one
Yeah,
section.
if we get to that point, she's not here yet, then we can talk about
Okay.
bumping it
What-
to the next end of the next item or
Yep.
something.
Excuse me. Sure. I'm trying to let you.
Is there anything that, well, let's first of all do a motion to approve in a second.
As long as we can still fix that later, I will move to accept the agenda as presented.
Okay, Todd moves, second by,
So we can.
Do we have a second? I'll
Second.
Sure.
Okay, Barb seconded.
Barb
Get
seconded,
it,
okay.
Or I heard Barb.
Any discussion on this? Do we have to add anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to move the closed session up in the meeting, because Denise might need to go, so I'd like her to be a part of closed session.
We also, however, need Sandra to be a part of it, and she's gonna be 45 minutes late, so I don't know that that's gonna be a possibility.
So are
Well-
we just choosing between which board member we want there then?
I guess we can put it in the middle, and
Hope for the best.
and hope for the best.
It sounds like you and Sandra may not be here at the same time, and I personally am trying to figure out how we could possibly, well, I mean, it's not my motion, but obviously it would be preferable to have both of you here, so.
Yeah, it would be. That would be my preference for sure. So we could put it,
Is it something where we could stop the meeting at that point to have the closed meeting? If she's is there an overlap?
What about this? Can we do both those? Could we do the closed session and the treasurer's report and the elections all like right when Sandra gets here?
So
Is
when they're
that-
both hopefully here. She is at
Yeah.
city council, which there's no guarantee she'll be here at 7:45.
Oh.
It's after she gets the opportunity to speak and she's finished and her subject item is over.
right,
So I would not bank on 7:45. That's just what she's
Okay,
really
so we
shooting for.
probably should prioritize Denise already being here if she has to go.
It is
I would say
7:10.
that, yes.
Yeah.
I'm fine with if you want to move
She
the
might get here
close.
before closed session is over. I guess if it's 7:10, if she gets here right at 7:45, closed sessions are usually like 30 minutes ish, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
it
she
shouldn't
can be
be
here
a
for
real long,
elections.
shouldn't be real long tonight.
So it was Jermaine's suggestion originally. What do you want to do with it?
I'd like to adjust it, and since she's in city council, like you said, we can't count on when she's done. So I'd like to just move it up, probably just right after maybe all the standard reports, and just slightly after all the reports.
So before old business, like between
Yeah.
7 and
Okay,
8.
so for those people who are here visiting, we'll just ask you to move your chairs into the hallway.
Okay.
And if you don't mind sitting out there for a while, hopefully it won't be too long, and then we can invite you back in.
I think Gina had a question.
Yeah, Gina,
No, I actually just had some input. I don't think that the item that Sandra went to talk about is actually on the agenda at the city council. So
Right, she has to wait till public.
She'll speak at public input, which is the very first thing.
Oh,
Oh,
ours
that's
was the
good.
very last
Oh.
last week.
No.
Last
Well,
week.
if it's
It's in,
an agenda item and you
Urbana
want.
does it first.
Oh, she's in Urbana. I thought she was
Yeah,
Champaign.
right.
Champagne is
Tuesday.
different.
That's
Right,
Tuesday.
If it's an agenda item in Urbana,
Okay.
then you can wait to speak at that point, but if it's
Okay.
not, then it's the
She'll
first
do
thing.
the
Okay.
public.
Okay, well,
Okay.
then she'll
So
have to
hopefully
drive
she will
over.
be,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
so,
here, 7:45.
okay, all right, very good, then we'll do that, we'll move, closed session to number 8.
Okay.
And that makes everything else bump a number bigger from old business is 9, new business 10, etc. Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know if Barb needs to re-second, but I will agree to the change.
Okay, Barb, you agree? Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. We didn't do introductions. Do we need to do that? I think we should.
I think
Yeah.
certainly with the new folks.
Okay. So, Andrew, why don't you start?
Hi, I'm Andrew. I host Over the Edge Wednesday night, Thursday mornings at midnight, vice chair of the board.
Todd Hunter back after, I guess, a sabbatical. I guess it's good to be back, and I look forward to answering the call to stepping up and helping the station in this time of difficulty. I guess.
I always said you should be head of marketing.
Thank you, I think.
Jermaine Raymer back after a leave of absence. Not paid leave though. I'm so upset about that.
Paid the same as when you were here.
We're working on this.
So happy to be back.
Not even an approved leave of absence, if you want to tell the truth.
And excited to be back involved.
My turn?
Yeah.
Brian, I'm the assistant station manager, and I do cassette cacophony on Sunday night, Monday morning, 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Thursday morning menu from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
And you're a part of CVP.
And I'm a part of CPN, which airs a bunch.
What is that? The part of what?
CU Progressive News.
Oh,
We're gonna need the
okay.
voices
Yeah,
of your
I
community.
I'm Lainey, I'm our station manager.
Denise, I do the Tuesday morning menu alter ego, and then I do the Thursday night alter ego in the evening from 7 to 8. And I was on the programming committee for a while, and now I'm happy to be part of the board, and let's rock it.
That's right. Yeah. I am Andy Eisman. I do civil disobedience, which is from midnight to 2 a.m. Tuesday nights / Wednesday morning. It's industrial type stuff, music. I'm also the archivist for WEFT.
I'm Barb, and I'm on the board and programming committee and the music committee because I'm an idiot. And
Same order.
I do Not Quite Over the Edge from 10 to 12 on Wednesday nights, and I'm half of the Women Making Waves cooperative. We can use cooperative, it's not collective.
Now we have to use co-host.
Co-host?
It's in the SOP. We can talk about that tomorrow night.
You have to cooperate. I'm Mark Nicewinder. I am the secretary of the board.
And I'm Vicki Nicewonder, and I'm the chair.
And I'm Gina. I am the other half of the Women Making Waves Cooperative, and I'm the chair of the PC.
So do we go into close now?
No, that's gonna be mid-meeting, so we're gonna go ahead with the, board chair report. I did include a couple documents, we have to do the minutes first, sorry.
Well, is there any public comment either? I don't know.
Yeah, is there public comment?
Well, I was thinking of saying something since my
Sure, go for it.
first board of directors meeting. I just want to say that, I've only been at WEFT a few months, and I just think it's a super, super cool place. And I think that it's really awesome that we have a place in our community where community members can, at any time they want, come in and reflect themselves and broadcast that reflection to the rest of the community. And I think that the potential of community radio is unquantifiable, and I'm really excited to be a part, and I'm really happy that I've been so accepted, and I think that WEFT is great.
Yay!
You're great, Brian.
We're happy to.
Absolutely.
I think what Jermaine said about putting me in charge of marketing should be modified, and Brian instead is in charge of marketing.
He does a good job of it.
Worming out of it.
Anybody else?
Well, I mean.
No, you're not public, you're the board, so you
Oh.
can talk later.
I'm not public and board?
No, public input is for the public, and you can talk during the meeting, but we'll
I
give
just
you,
wanted to say.
we'll give you compensation this time.
Hey,
What do you want to say, Denise?
Save your strength.
that I feel really fortunate and, I don't know, my brain's not functioning right now, so I can't even think of the right word that I wanna say. But I just feel really fortunate to be part of the WEF community, that's all.
Thank you, and we're glad to have you as a part of the board too,
Thank you.
as we are Jermaine and Todd as well. So, good to have a nice solid group again, it's gonna be a good thing. So anyway, minutes, we have 2 sets of minutes, one, and I apologize, nothing printed up with page numbers because the bottom margin got real small. So, the minutes are open session on the 3rd page, 3rd and 4th page-ish. And then the next page are the closed session minutes. We'll need 2 different votes for that. So take a look at the open minutes first. See if there are any changes which need to be made.
Since I was not on the board at this meeting, is it okay if I abstain from voting on these?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna do the same, so.
Yeah, any changes needed? Okay, then I'll take a motion to approve.
Well, second that.
Barb, second by Andrew. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Abstain.
Aye.
Oh, sorry.
Opposed? Abstentions?
1.
Here.
2, okay, very good. Motion carries. Moving on to the closed meeting minutes from November 28th. I have one correction. Under number 1, it says call to order at 8:166.
Counting down to the deck a second.
Start date, that's not.
I guess.
If you can find extra minutes in the day, you need them.
Okay, I believe that's 8:16,
Yeah, I would assume so.
I'll
What's
motion.
that page look like?
a wee bit carried away.
It is the 5th page in the packet. And it
I
looks
see.
like the title of it ended up on the previous page, so it was a little weird.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, that
Okay.
was confusing.
Okay,
It's like Bible
any
citation.
other corrections there?
Maybe it's just a,
Your packet's right there, Andrew, you don't have to read it on the phone.
Okay.
No, that one, yeah.
I evangelize.
So did you have a correction?
Since it's closed session, we're a little hesitant to start bringing up.
It's not closed session.
No, the-
We're in open session
No,
right
no,
now.
no, the minutes are
Minutes.
closed session.
Oh, okay, we can talk about it, if you wanna hold off till closed session to talk about it then?
Yeah, since it's a closed session, we want to table approving these minutes until we get to closed session, perhaps?
If we have discussion on them, yes.
That's
I would
comments, yeah.
second that if you need a second.
Yeah.
Even though I don't
There's
know
a,
what it's
there's a
about.
fine point of clarification. I
Okay.
want to check,
Okay,
so.
alright, then let's delay that until we're in closed session.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second, can we hold that? Or do we have to just dismiss it? Okay, we'll just let it go
I
then.
think we can approve the meetings, the open ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We approved those,
Okay,
we're
good.
good, we're good to go with
Right,
those.
yeah.
Okay, moving on. I just wanted, as I did already, kind of welcome the new board members, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I did include a couple of, a board member job description, which is not an official document in any way, shape, or form. We talked about it a while ago, and I also did include a previously approved policy, the confidentiality and non-disclosure policy, just for your edification. The board did rescind the requirement for board members to sign that document, but the content is still something that we're all obligated to follow. So, I'm not gonna take a lot of time, I just included it so you can take a look, and, it's strictly review for the two of you, because you've been on the board before. Denise, you might, if you have any questions about it, you can certainly call me, and we can talk.
If there's a quick answer, I don't wanna get bogged down on it. Could I ask when that was rescinded and why?
It was rescinded because we didn't feel it was necessary for board members to sign because it's a requirement of boards anyway.
Oh, okay.
So whether or not you sign the document, you are still obligated just by virtue of the fact that you're on a nonprofit board of directors.
That makes sense.
And when,
It was
couple
a
years
couple of
ago?
years ago, yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it was after I left,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, well,
so it can't have been too long ago.
Yeah.
You left in May of 2015,
June,
so
officially.
The policy
okay.
is a solid policy.
Right.
We're just not requiring that people sign it.
Less paperwork, sounds good to me.
Yeah, okay. Next thing on the agenda is committee reports. There were a couple there. The Digital Library Committee is on the top of the next page. We have any Digital Library Committee members here that want to add to this?
They're kicking butt and taking names on getting the external hard drive for Zara done, so we can actually make it useful. Bruce is working quite hard on that.
They switched
Yes.
the computer. They switched the computer over. They did like a month-long or 3-week-long computer test. They moved that. There was some discussion of file size storage, things like that. But the last digital library committee meeting had a really big turnout. I was really impressed.
Well,
So,
good.
yeah, that's great. There's some new
They
faces
could
on
use
there.
the help.
Yes, they can, and they've gotten a lot done. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very good.
Chris is also working on the new version of Spinatron. He's been signed up for the alpha version and been testing it since before Christmas. So he's working on reporting the bugs, that kind of stuff, and then hopefully working on integration with Zara and like basically probably what he's helping them work on is integrating Zara and Spinatron. So that's one of the projects that they've been working on quite a lot.
Super. We've got the minutes from the last PC meeting also below that, about 4 pages worth.
I probably ought to make my font smaller.
I think, if you could boil it down to like a page,
Okay.
that would be really good.
Okay.
So, we don't need every single detail of the meeting, but it's good to have a sense of what the big items were for this
Okay.
meeting,
Okay.
okay?
So then,
And,
Gina has a question.
yes, Gina.
I have a question, I just have some input. I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow night, at the PC meeting, hopefully we'll have a quorum. We're gonna talk about, making sure that we get the homelessness marathon on the air this year, which is gonna be happening in a couple of weeks. We're also gonna hopefully start talking about updating the PCSOP to include how we regulate podcasts. Right, regulate and approve podcasts for airing both on the air and just through our SoundCloud off of our website. So if anyone wants to come to the PC meeting tomorrow night, come on down.
What was the concern with the podcast, or was it just that
There's
you
just
No governing document.
Right. There's
Podcast
no
is
standard.
basically?
Right.
Is it-
No
It's just-
standard operating procedure.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It doesn't exist anywhere on who
Yeah.
approves or when you approve or when you need a proposal or when you don't, or like the courier stuff, is not locally produced, so somebody just brought it to the PC and said, hey, this would be cool, and they approved it. But there's really no regulation of that at this point.
I'm really sorry, but where's the restroom?
Right around the corner go that way and then to the left, and it's right
And
there on the
be
left.
careful, there's a stereo
Yeah,
trip.
turn the light on.
Thanks.
Just one thing to add under number 5 there about air shifter training.
Oh, yeah.
We had scheduled, or we were attempting to schedule for the end of January, but Connie is unable to do her training then, and in fact, we talked today and she really wants to give up the training on FCC rules, and so she and I are gonna get together next week, and she's gonna essentially turn that over to me, and then hopefully I can turn it over to Britta or somebody else who wants to do that training. But we will probably not schedule anything until mid-February at this point.
I do have a question. I mentioned it in the email. So Gina was telling me that air shifter training is a committee, right? It's a
Right.
subcommittee of PC,
Right?
right? So
But it's self-governing.
but it's self-governing.
Mhm.
But who is on that committee? So you guys are trainers. So Connie was.
Connie, well, she is still
She
currently,
still is, right?
yes.
But will not.
And
continue.
Britta just joined.
She did. Okay, so how do people join it? Like, how do they know to join it?
It's pretty much by invitation.
Okay. Have we been extending invitations, or has it just been?
You know, we really, it's, if people come to us and say, I would like to be a trainer, then we are happy to include them in the process. But we don't need to go out and search for people at this point because we don't need like 5 trainers.
Okay, I will say that I know the in-studio trainers have been feeling overwhelmed, and that they were just being told you're training at this time, that they're not getting a lot of input about it, and
That's not true, Lane.
well, that's how they feel, I'm telling you. And so they have also asked for more in-studio trainers to come on board.
Oh, I've been asking for a long time.
So there are a lot of people, I think, right now. I know Denise is interested, Sandra's interested. There's a couple of people who are interested too. So
To which type of training?
I think,
In-studio.
yeah, they want,
In-studio.
yeah, they didn't know. Obviously we didn't know the FCC was available, so there might be somebody who's more interested in that too.
The process that I use when we have a training is I get in touch with the trainers a couple weeks before and say, we're gonna be doing training on these dates, and during the month of March, say, you know, what dates are you available
Right.
to train?
Sure.
And so they give me their availability, and then when I have the group come in, they sign up on the
Right.
dates that are available, and then
Right.
I let them know.
Okay.
That's the way it works.
Do they have to be a member of the programming committee, since you said it's a subset of the programming committee? So
No,
maybe
it
trainers
is
would
a
be.
separate committee, is
Totally separate.
yeah,
Oh,
totally
it's under
separate.
it's under the
not-
guidance
It's
of.
a subcommittee, but it's self-governing.
Okay.
And there's supposed to be one PC member that's on the training committee.
And is there right now?
Well, there is now, yeah, because Britta just joined.
Okay.
What's the thing on Thursday?
That's no, that's not ours.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I'm getting ready to send an email out to cancel
Okay.
that because there was another event in the Great Hall that was going to be a conflict, and so we're going to schedule that for later on. It was an air shifter trainer meeting to get together to talk about, you know, in studio training and bring some people on board who have been expressing interest in doing that.
And maybe finding out who's been
That
doing
would
it
be you,
without.
Denise, right? Yeah.
Because I think I sent you an email, and I don't know if I sent Lainey an email, but I mean, I went through the training, and that was just like, okay, I went through the training, that was it, you know?
Yeah.
You
You came to one of those meetings where we were talking about
No.
training, or
No.
you went through the basic training?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The basic air shifter training course.
yeah.
Mhm,
Well, that's,
whatever.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
a little bit more intensive, but,
Okay.
you know, to train other people. It's like, you know,
Sure.
I took French class when I was in high school. Could I teach it?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I do think that there's a lot of people who are interested that don't feel like they know how to become one. Like William obviously really wants to be one, but he didn't know how to become one.
William
Jones.
Jones, yeah.
So he's been doing it sort of, but I know he's really interested in it. So I think there might be other people, if we
Yeah.
sent like a invitation or posted something, there might be more people
Just a
who wanna
reminder, even
come.
like, you
This
know,
is available.
This is
Yeah,
how we go
I
about
think
doing
The
it-
it.
last
it's
two
like-
associates meetings, she said we need in-studio trainers.
Sure,
Right.
like,
I
I
did.
said, like a reminder with the process, just to
Right,
kind of
Because
prompt
I've
them
never
again.
even known how to do it, you know. So I think there might be other people or new people like Brian
Yeah.
and Bob who
Yeah.
you know they wouldn't know. So
Yeah.
it might be nice to post somewhere like
And,
this is how you become one.
Maybe letting air shifters
Sandra's on
who've
her
been
way.
training without
Oh, cool.
having the air shifter trainer training, tell them to stop until they get the training. Say, if you think you can train.
I think that's been handled.
Yeah, okay.
If I
Yeah.
could suggest just one thing, I know certain people, attentions flare, but if people feel that they are not in the loop about this, maybe find out whether they've attended associates meetings, and if they're not, they should start attending so that they don't get mad that they missed stuff that they would have been there for. And
Well, and you
I'm
know,
not
that's-
talking about William, I have someone else in mind.
That's part of the training process, is we want trainers who do the things that they're supposed to do.
Right.
So that they're setting a good example for the people that they're training.
I'm just
So that
thinking,
they're using headphones, and
right.
that they're doing spinatron, and they're, you know,
I'm just
going to
thinking
meetings.
if heads are exploding because, why wasn't I told about this, but I wasn't willing to come to the meeting because it's in Urbana and I don't go to
Yeah.
Urbana, and it's like, well, then that's not everybody else's problem.
Yeah, and I think reaching out to people individually is an important thing too. So maybe I'll, you know, give William a call and say, hey, you wanna do this, this is when the meeting is. Some people just don't respond to those those emails.
Yeah, I don't know that he's into his email that much, but we had a meeting with him this week and he expressed, specific interest in it, so.
Okay. All right, well, that's good to know. So anyway, those dates will be coming up soon. Is that it for the reports? I guess so. All right, moving on to the next item, staff reports. You're up, Lainey.
So I have a list typed out that Brian and I keep as reports for both of us. We'll pass it around. It does include everything down to scooping snow, but so you guys can feel free to look at it. It was a busy month. We had to prepare for Give Big. Well, I guess I don't know where we're at. December, but we prepared for Give Big. We worked a lot with Lori, getting the website ready, getting people trained, getting fundraisers, getting social media posts. So that was important. We didn't have a lot of people supporting or participating within left, which is always disappointing, but we did raise a decent amount of money and placed us as the second station.
Yeah.
So we got an extra $500 from the NFCB, which that's exciting.
I know. I posted it on Facebook.
You
and
did,
lots of people. There were
Yeah.
a few people who were into that.
Yeah, the
I don't
community
think
was.
I don't think people understood it.
So this is the first year for Give Big as a whole thing, so they're still trying to work it out, how to pitch it, how to do it. Most of the stations who had a lot of success with it, raising $5,000 and such, did not do a winter mailing. They focused on this and did not do a winter mailing and directed people to give for this. So I think people were doing one or the other, and we did both. So I think we raised about the same amount of money that everybody else did. We just kind of split it a little different.
So what were the totals for what we?
Those are in here, I think. Okay, so Give
Yes,
Big
I
total.
didn't see it, so.
No, that's okay. So Give Big total is what I emailed the other day, was the $1,610 plus the $500 we won as a prize. So that's exciting. And then winter appeal total. Let me find it. Brian, do you remember it offhand?
3,000. There's a 6 in there somewhere.
Like
Okay,
3,000-ish.
Hopefully it's in the treasurer's report.
Yes, yeah. Well,
And I just got a text from Sandra, she's on her way.
yeah, I said that. So I don't know if it's going to be in this total or for,
It's on my Google Doc.
I apologize again, but I thought I was only gonna be here for 30 minutes, and I only put 30 minutes worth of money in the meter, so I have to go put money in my meter.
do you want one of us to run down and
I
do
can
it?
go do it for
Do you
you.
want Brian to run?
How many
Denise,
days
yeah,
Denise, I'll go.
Denise, one of us
I know
will
what
go.
your car looks like.
Oh,
I'm
is it?
directly across the street.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank
You don't
you.
feel well. Directly across the street.
Oh, here, take my key so you can get back in.
Oh, good.
Don't touch me.
I know, I'm
Take
sorry.
my keys.
Where is your car, Denise?
Directly, like you
I'll
go
get
out
the
the
door
front
for her.
door.
Oh,
it's
okay,
right
all right.
across
No,
the
you
street,
need to-
little red Volkswagen.
Oh yeah, no, I'll let Sandra in
Okay.
there too.
Okay.
So I would say we're looking at 34. It should be in Sandra's report, but I don't know if she included that since she just did November. Because it was
Oh,
more
that's
December.
right, that would have been through December. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, so it's been pretty successful. We're still getting them every day. We get a few coming in. I passed around. I gave everybody an underwriting report of people who have renewed. There's only been one so far who has said no. Recently, the pawn shop, they just didn't feel like they could financially support it right now. Kopi is interested in re-signing, but they are not doing well business-wise.
Really?
Yeah. So they said if they could, have a few months to try and get some money to support it, they would love to. They posted on their own Facebook recently, like, why didn't you guys come? What can we do differently? So if you can support it, try. But
Could you link me to that? Because
Yeah.
as somebody who goes there daily,
Yeah, you have a lot of
likewise.
yeah, so it's on their
Keep them
Facebook.
open.
Yeah, so they're still supportive and excited. Big Grove renewed. There was some confusion about that, but they've renewed. They're doing rotational. Common Ground renewed. I upsold them to rotational. We've reached out to a bunch of others. Let's see where mine is here.
What's
So
the special? Who was that? I heard a special $250.
That's the Phoenix Botanical.
Yeah.
so Phoenix Botanical is the medical dispensary here in town.
Okay.
So his name is Dan Lynn. He was on CU Progressive News a bunch. He's a big West lover.
Okay.
They cannot be an official underwriter because it's not legal on the federal level.
Gotcha.
So they could,
Okay.
because it's a state, they could, but NFCB thread says don't do it.
Yeah.
So they're a special
Okay.
financial supporter. They want to have a podcast talking about medical marijuana use. It won't be Phoenix Botanical's podcast, but it's their staff will be doing it probably, Dan Lynn. So he's done podcasts before, they're really interested. He was just
Do
trying
we
to
know
find,
that that's permitted?
they said it because it will not be on the air, it'll just be a podcast.
Oh, I see,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so it is okay, and then we can put their logo on our website, so we can highlight them online, we just can't highlight them on the air, so,
And
as a fan supporter.
what are our current underwriting rates?
Hold on, yeah? Brian, it's Brian, sorry.
Oh.
It says he's connecting, he might have signal. Hello? Brian?
So we got locked down.
Okay, we'll come down. We'll be down in a second. Current
Make sure you don't get locked up.
Everybody.
Good idea.
Yeah, right? Everybody needs one. Current underwriting, pick your own show is $497 for the year. Rotational is $992 for the year. A lot of people have expressed like, oh, that's really low. But a lot of people have also said that it's good to keep it under that 1,000 so they feel like it's not too expensive. I think at some point we could maybe revisit the prices and raise it a little bit the new year. Yeah.
Yeah.
$497. Pick your own show. Choose your own show. $992 for rotational.
Now, I
Always
maybe
Brian
haven't
again.
made this change yet, but I know that the food co-op is
Oh,
in
they're
the
on their way with the key. Okay, bye.
the food co-op is in the book for Monday for the
Yes.
courier. Is that going to switch out then?
It's not, because they were given permission previously to have like a special deal because they were a co-op. That was before my time, so I just
Okay.
I just continue. So they're going to stay on Monday, but also do rotational. Yeah, Todd, sorry.
If I may, the night of the ice storm, I think I'd just been reelected to the board. I was in Antigua. And
Yeah.
the last I'd heard was that they were one of our new underwriters. So I thanked the main guy there, and he said that they had underwritten specifically to help out with the Grateful Dead show, which is no longer on. And he said they would still like to do it with us, but they hadn't found a show that they.
Yeah, so I've been reaching out to them because when I started, I thought it was new as well.
Right.
Because that was like, I think Sandra, I don't know, I wasn't around, but it was new to me, but it is expired. So I've been reaching out to renew it, but they did do Grateful Dead, which is gone, and they won't return. They haven't returned calls. But Sandra said that they might be interested in Surfabilly, so I reached out offering that too, but they didn't take up on it. But they, so yeah, so we're still trying to figure that out.
And the other one, I don't know if you know this about Pizza M, but the wife at Pizza M who hosts the trivia there is a former Weft airshifter.
Oh.
And I try to go to trivia there and support it on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
In the past, I have not done a lot because all the places where I'm a regular customer we already had.
They're booked out again.
Who is that?
Abby Zito.
Okay.
But what I was going to say is, in the past, everywhere I've been a customer, we've already had it, so I would just be bugging them to do what they already did. But if you want me to talk to either of those places, I already have had conversations just casual, in an unofficial capacity.
Yeah, that'd be great. It is nice when we have a connection to kind of lead in.
Groovy Gig says renewed question mark, is it?
That is a question mark.
Oh, okay.
So when we have reached out to them, I reached out to them, and he is a little hard to talk to, but he said, we have a special agreement. Standard did it. And I was like, well, what is a special agreement? So I kept trying and trying and trying. When I contacted him again, he said he gets $50 a month, and that's his underwriting, and wanted no more conversation.
Wow.
So I asked Sandra about it, and she said she doesn't really
Well,
call it.
$50 a month is more than what the...
Right. I can't even find his real name, though. So I can't even track him in, to figure out what he's been donating.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is. And
Talk to Sandra about
she has
that one.
zero memory of it.
Oh, seriously?
Her memory is terrible. What?
I don't know, for some reason, I think his name is Todd. He's actually called up on my show a couple of times and just saying, oh, I like what you're playing.
Oh, really? Yeah, so maybe we can, so maybe there is a way to kind of figure it out, but, so that's a question mark. The one, I think one says, hell no.
Yeah.
They told us, hell no. It was actually Dave Johnson.
Oh, okay.
He was not happy.
Now, is our new guy, Bob, is he a connection to a top soup?
He used to work there. We are not sure. We know he's not there anymore, but we don't know if he exited on good or not. So we haven't really pushed it.
Got it.
But we've been thinking about that. Hanson and Co. re-upped with Surfabilly. They were super excited. They said, of course.
Did jets go from rotational to single show? Is that what
They were
decreased?
never actually rotational. They were put as a rotational to try and beef up rotational to sell it.
Okay.
So there were some in there that were slotted as rotational but weren't actually paying for rotational. So this year, I talked with Patty. Pat, yeah, she's one of the owners. Is that
Yes,
local? Okay.
she owns a few of the shops.
Okay, so they decreased from 2 shows to 1 show, but so they're underwriting Andrews, and they're really excited and want to continue it. I think
We're still
financially.
working on more scripts for it. but
Yes.
And on the new day sheets, which I
Yes.
swear to God will be done by tomorrow by the programming committee meeting, cross my heart. I've got, the way I've got it set, if it doesn't have a regular underwriter, I've got it set every hour, do rotational underwriting. And I'm gonna have some big sign saying, make sure you mark down what you
Yeah.
did so we will know, because
Yeah.
that's really crappy.
A lot of people are doing it. Like, I've not been hearing people not do it. There's a couple blues artists or blues air shifters who prefer to read it, which is okay, but a lot of people do still forget because they're trying to write the day sheets, they're trying to do the log, they just think there's too many things to note.
And the other thing about the day sheets is they're not going to be printed every day. It's gonna have one copy, and if something changes or is is just an alteration in the schedule, put a Post-it note or something on it so that people will know.
Okay.
But most people know what they do on their shows, it's just a reminder.
Yeah, so we could always look at it with PC and go over it.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at them until you finish, so once you do, I'll look at it and we can all figure out what's best.
Did you guys talk about putting day sheets on the desktop? So
We have talked about that. We got that email.
yeah, I think yes. Somebody.
Which I think is a good idea.
It is. It is a lot of
paper.
paper. So we've talked about that several times. Even I think when I first started, before Gina was PC, we talked about putting a big whiteboard or something that people just check that stays the same. So I think there's a lot of ideas out there. Everybody obviously has to be using some sort of a computer in there to do Spinatron. So we've even talked about being able to do a smart sheet form where they could just click all the boxes. You could log in, click the boxes, and be done. But then they wouldn't be able to just take it. If they run over, they couldn't take the papers, do it in the lobby, and bring them back. But they could do smart sheet on the Great Hall computer, on their phone, something like that. So I think there's some options. The PC just has to be ready to look at those options. So.
Well, we're talking about it tomorrow night.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Gina, did you have a question? I thought I saw your hand. Okay.
Well, actually, I just wanted to mention a couple of places in downtown Urbana you might want to check with.
Yeah.
The Princess Theater, which is the cinema gallery.
Okay.
Carolyn Baxley.
Okay.
And maybe the Time and Adventure place that's on Ray Street right
What
across.
is that place?
What is it?
It's
like
a room
Doggo
es-
right now.
It's a room escape sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah. They're right across from Busey Bank on Ray Street.
Okay.
You go, a bunch of people.
I'll
And I
email
think there's
you.
one in the mall too now.
I'll email. Oh, is there?
Yeah.
So I'll email you and get those details, and those are good ones. I want to start. I've been reaching out to new people. I've reached out to all of our old underwriters. Some of them respond right away. Some of them respond right away with yes or no, and some of them just don't answer. So I feel like at some point we just have to stop giving them chances and move on to new people and stop using them as underwriters. So
Maybe Alan Strong too. So
Okay.
Creek Hurry.
okay. So those are underwriting reports. Yeah. What else? Does anybody have questions? I lost my train.
Will you email those so we have?
Yeah. I shared the Google document, so Jermaine has it, and maybe a few others, but we'll share them
Alright.
for sure. Or I'll email it to you.
Okay, that'd be good. And actually, the next item, Lainey, is kind of, yours anyway. I was gonna review action items from November, and one of the action items was for you to send pledge drive receivable report to me and Sandra.
Yeah, so I sent it to you guys. We had talked about, we sent an email, and I said I'll send it to you guys and copied it on that. It was like 3 pages long.
And when was that?
Over holidays. It was in
Okay.
reply to a thread. I can resend it.
That would be great.
Yeah, and point it out.
Okay.
We're still doing the closed session after the treasurer's
Yes, we
report.
are.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yep, we're caught up in the right spot.
Oh,
So,
you look like it.
any other questions for Lainey?
Nope.
Okay, let's move on then to, thank you, Lainey. Sandra, treasurer's report.
I didn't bring it.
You didn't bring it.
I sent it.
Um,
Okay.
I sent it late, but.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Glad you made it.
Had a victory at their Round City Council.
Yay!
Now they are gonna get Rosecrans in for at least.
They are?
Yes, for them to be questioned.
Good.
Good
Okay,
news.
here is
Hopefully
the-
it'll happen before spring.
Right?
Well, that's
Which one of these two?
not possible, but.
Is it?
The time center.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It closed.
oh, it closed,
So
oh,
we're gonna
yeah,
try to get them to
yeah.
figure out why.
Right.
Thanks for going, Sandra, and spearheading that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you skip that and I'll come back to me, I'll find it.
Can we move into close and? finish
Yeah,
this
it,
past
I
row?
think let's delay why don't we delay the treasurer's
Yes.
report until the end of January, and we can do both November and December
That
at
would be
that
great.
point.
And we can do the best.
That way, when we have it in front of us, that's gonna be a little bit more helpful than just kind of,
That sounds good to me.
spitballing it.
So we're tabling.
Tabling the treasurer's
till next
report.
meeting.
And then, I need a motion to move into closed session.
So moved.
And then we have asked our attendees if they are interested, Brian and Gina, if you wanna take a chair and go in the hallway, we'll call you back in when we're done.
We need to find Andy.
Oh, that's important.
Oh,
Yes.
Where'd she go?
I don't
Where
know.
did she
She went
go?
down to let them in, and I don't think she came
got
back.
lost.
Sorry.
I'll go back.
Oh gosh, I wonder if she got locked out.
Okay,
She
now-
wants
Oh,
the number.
but she doesn't
Yeah,
have
of
her phone
course.
because her phone's right there.
Oh my
crap.
gosh.
No wonder, alright, I'm
She's
hurrying.
probably,
She wasn't out there when I came in, and she wasn't in here when I got up here.
Why would she have gone down?
she left her coat too.
She went down because Brian texted me again and said you guys were locked out.
I wasn't locked out.
I
Brian
wonder
texted,
if she went down to the station.
Oh my gosh.
Why would you?
no.
Because it's warmer down there than it is
Oh,
standing
I
on the
can
street.
call down there.
Well, remember, her phone's here.
Well, I'll call the
Okay.
She
station.
left way after.
She thought they were locked out again because Brian, I got a
Weren't they-
text
Weren't
message
they
from.
back here?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
Yeah, I think she went to get them because I got a text from Brian saying they were locked out
I think
again
they were here.
when she left. I mean, I remember her putting her stuff down. Said they were locked
I
out.
don't know.
3-9.
Before.
Yeah.
Well,
She
is,
wasn't here when I walked in the room.
Okay, so we had a
Right.
motion and a second for
We didn't have a
closed session?
second.
yeah, I motioned, but nobody
Second.
seconded.
I got,
Bob
I
seconds.
got Jermaine.
And I'm reluctant to start it without Andrew and Andy and,
Yeah, we'll hold on for a few minutes. I can give you one little piece of information. I got a letter today in the
Horrible.
Thank you,
mail
I feel horrible.
from Bill Faber.
oh,
Oh, do you need somebody to do your show tomorrow?
It's the guy with the
Is
hair,
Andy
isn't
down
he?
there?
He's the
I
guy
don't-
with the hair,
I
right?
don't know, probably, but I mean, I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Why don't you
All
just
right.
count
If you
on me
see her,
doing your
let her
show
know we
tomorrow?
are trying to get her.
Because that way you don't have to worry about
Okay,
it.
thanks.
oh, that guy with the hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially,
Oh,
here it is.
George Faber.
No.
Well, I was thinking George Faber,
She
but
Yeah.
just said she would do it.
Maybe
Oh,
it
she
was
did? Oh,
George.
no.
Yeah.
He's an attorney.
Wait, what?
He's an attorney.
if he's the guy with the hair, I know who you're talking about.
What are we talking about?
The cone.
What did he
Helmet.
say?
Okay, so
He
what was the
said, it
communication?
was about the labor hour, and he's very disappointed that we canceled the labor hour.
We didn't
Because
cancel
he
it.
used to support it, and so, I'm just gonna write back to him and say, thank you for your input, it wasn't exactly that wasn't exactly how it happened. They decided to leave.
Hi.
So-
Sorry, I thought I was coming out for Sandra, then I got locked out.
What's
Oh
the?
no, are you freezing?
No, luckily I was in between the doors. That was the problem.
Oh.
So I didn't see you come in, and so I thought Lainey had said that like
Yeah,
there's.
they said they were locked out.
Okay, see, all right. So I chased ran out that way. I didn't
Okay,
get the phone
well,
from
you're
the
back,
gym.
so thank God.
What's
Sorry.
the exact